So next on my agenda, let's talk about diagrams. So within the system, we have built a fair amount of sports diagrams. And you can access those from your locker, but I can also access them if I say load B. If you remember, we've got these categories over here. So we've got all these folders, and I can go to the premium content. I can go to public videos, my videos, and the fourth on the list is diagrams. So within diagrams, I'll click diagrams. I've got all of these fields. Now you can, as you can with any of the videos that we pick, you can look at the list as thumbnails or as data. So if I just want to see a much fuller list, I can scroll through it that way, and I can say, let's choose the baseball diamond, and I'll click OK. So you notice now I've still got colon A, and I've got the baseball diamond in B. So by just clicking these two thumbnails, I can go back and forth between the two. Now on the baseball diamond, you'll notice that my timeline went away. This is not a video. This is more like a game. So this is an interactive diagram where the pieces are movable. And the way you know a piece is movable, as I move my cursor around, and I've got the hand cursor, when I get to the first baseman here, it turns into the move cursor. And I can now see that I can take that first baseman and drag him. So if I move over to the ball and I drag that ball out into right field, and again, remember that this could be recorded. So if I were in the record mode, in this case, we're just two coaches talking about strategy, and there's really no recording of it. But if I hit the record button, you can make an automated playbook. So whether you're in the hockey world or the softball world, you could be recording all of this, and you could talk to your team about a cut 4. So I still have all my Telestrator tools. So in this case, I draw a line. I click curve to use the curve trick that we just talked about. So I curve that ball in. I go ahead with my cursor here, and I say that I've got 2 outs. And now one thing to note, when I did the drag here, and then when I drew, it doesn't know, the system doesn't know if my next click, it thinks that I still want to draw lines. You notice that my cursor is in line mode. So to get back to drag mode, I just need to go back to laser, which is essentially the ready position. And now I'm positioned again to drag my players. So I drag my players around, and I say, hey, let's drag one of these runners onto second base. And let's say, hey guys, let's talk about 2-out situation with a runner on second and a ball hit into the gap in right center. Now obviously my center fielder is going to make a play on the ball. Left fielder runs over to the ball, and I'll change my color to red, and I'll say, guys, obviously we've got a potential play at the plate here. So I'm going to ask my catcher to step up and call the cut, and I can now start to position my players. My first baseman is my cutoff man, and I can talk to them about whether I want him up toward this baseline, down near the pitcher's mound, just where I want him. You know, I've got my second baseman will start being pulled toward the ball. He realizes it's over his head. He'll come back and cover first for this batter who may round first too far. So again, I won't go into the details of that. You know, my point is to show diagrams. So those diagrams are potentially electronic playbooks that you can manipulate the players, and you can record what you're doing here to make a 4-minute video to show your kids. In fact, I'll go into here, and you notice I've already typed cut 4, runner on second, and I can just show that. So I can make that show up on the screen and be part of the recording, and I can turn it off. All right, so that's diagrams.